Hi, so it's the 31st of December 2015, so it's the last day of this year, and for many people today will be the point where they kind of allow themselves to let go of the stuff that hasn't worked and say, right, this year's been naff, let's make sure next year is a great year. So I want to talk about how can you make that as a daily practice. What if you didn't wait 365 days before you went, just let it go? Just let it go. What if you were doing that every hour, every minute? If you were able to just check in with yourself and really know what matters and what's important to you, how differently would you feel? As I write the book, and I'm focusing really on clarity and the difference that it makes to our lives, our relationships, our businesses and ourselves, the more I become to realise that the more clarity you have about what you want, what works for you, what strengths you are, when you truly value the gift that you are, the difference that you make to people's lives, when you, that's when confidence grows. And when you've got clarity of your value and the difference you make, and you've got greater confidence in yourself, then you are more able to stop and really value the people around you. And when you can value people around you, then they get clarity, they get confidence, and then that is when the magic happens. That's when you have this real strong sense of feeling loved and truly connected with other human beings, and know that you have a purpose, that you are here and that you matter. So today, really it's about, I want you to think about, are you really good at telling other people how great they are? Have you got something, a gift? Maybe something really horrible has happened in your life, or some narky stuff's happened, and how can you translate that stuff? And I want you to think about, when other people have got this problem, what do you do to help them? So I want you to pay attention to how do you do you? And then I want you to check yourself, are you taking your own advice? I was very privileged this morning to be chatting to Ros Bristow, who specialises in empowering women to appreciate and value themselves. And what I do know is we often teach other people the stuff that we need to learn. So if you're telling your kids you need to be more confident, or you're telling your kids you need to get a degree in order to do well in life, I want to ask yourself, are you getting a degree to do well in your life? Are you confident? Because if you've got great advice for other people, stop waiting and start doing. Don't wait till New Year's Eve before you let go of all the crap and all the excuses. Start thinking now about the advice you give other people, and think about whether you're taking it yourselves. If you really want to be able to live life to the full, you want to be able to work in an environment that really works for you, perhaps stop trying to solve the problem through other people and start being a demonstration of the solution itself. Give your own gift back to you. So in summary, if you are giving out advice, and I want you to take some moment now to actually listen to that advice. So if somebody else was talking to you about the problem that you have right now, what would you tell them to do? What's the first thing you'd say they need to do? And take a minute now to get clarity of exactly what that would look like, sound like, feel like. What would you hear, smell, touch? What would be happening if that person was really listening to your advice? They really did it exactly how you intended them to do it. And then check in with yourself, can you do that? Can you take your own advice? So that's for my video for today. Have a great new year. We're just about to go off around the field, stomping with both two of my friends, Mark, who actually started as clients. So we've worked together now, building each other's confidence up, and that connection is really, really strong between the two of them. How many of us are going to be? There's going to be Belinda, Ros and Mark, and I think there's other people joining us. And then we've got some other clients who've also become friends with their children coming tonight for some games nights. So why am I telling you all that? I think just because I feel really lucky that I can do that now. There was a time when I didn't feel good enough, and I didn't feel like people would even want me at the party. And yet now when I talk to people about how I used to feel, they're like, I can't believe you felt like that, because you are the life and soul of the party. You do make people laugh. And I'd lost that sense somewhere along the lines of growing up and becoming an adult. I'd lost sense of that I'm of value and people do like me. So I feel very lucky to be spending New Year's Eve with people who, you know, 5-6 years ago I didn't know, but now I have a really strong connection with them because I didn't think that I could do that. And I hope that inspires you. Have a great new year, and I'll see you tomorrow with tomorrow's video.